The person sitting across from a criminal defense attorney at their first consultation is almost always in some form of crisis. They've been arrested, they've been charged, the world just collapsed. Or maybe they're a family member watching someone they love face the possibility of losing their freedom. These are traumatized people, and most criminal defense attorneys, even good ones, handle that conversation in a way that costs them the case. They don't do this intentionally, but the way you run an intake with a trauma-affected client either builds instant trust or destroys it. And most firms have no idea which one they're actually doing. Hey, if this is your first time here, welcome. My name's Dave Revere. I'm the founder of Legal Tamer and author of Unlocking New Client Acquisition for Defense Lawyers. We help criminal defense firms grow through better marketing, intake, and follow-up systems. There's a growing conversation in the defense bar right now about trauma-informed representation. The idea is that effective criminal defense attorneys need to understand how trauma affects memory, behavior, and communication. And this isn't just relevant to how you work with a client through a case. It starts at the very first interaction. When someone's in a traumatic situation, their brain is operating differently. They may have trouble organizing their thoughts. They may shut down and become defensive when they feel like they're being judged. They may test you in the very first few minutes to see if you're actually a safe person to talk with, or whether you're just trying to take their money and treat them like another file number. If your intake process treats them like a file number, you lose them, even if you're the best attorney in the city. So let me tell you what the broken intake conversation looks like. The client calls, they're connected to someone, maybe the attorney, but more likely a paralegal or intake coordinator. And within 60 seconds, the questions start. What were they charged with? What happened? When's your court date? You know, the person on the other end of that call hasn't even taken a breath. They haven't been acknowledged. They don't feel heard. They feel like they're filling out a form. And if at any point in that conversation they feel judged, there's a pause after they describe what happened or a tone that signals disapproval, you've lost them emotionally, even if they don't hang up. Okay, so the other mistake is speed over connection. Being efficient in intake is good. Being cold is not. Trauma-affected people read tone more than they read words. If the person they're talking to is rushing through a script, they feel it. And then there's the follow-up problem. Someone calls, expresses interest, and then doesn't sign immediately. What does your firm do? If the answer is one or two follow-up emails and then nothing, you're leaving signed cases on the table. A person in crisis doesn't always make fast decisions. They need consistent, non-pressuring contact that reminds them you're there and you can help. So what should it look like instead? The first 30 seconds matter more than anything. Before you ask a single question about the case, the person needs to feel received, acknowledged. You don't have to be a therapist. You just have to say, in your own words, something that signals, I hear you. This is a serious situation and I take it seriously. You know, that sounds simple, but most intake conversations skip it entirely and go straight to data collection. The second piece is how you ask questions. Open-ended, calm, unhurried. Can you tell me a little bit about what happened? Is very different from what were you charged with. Both get you to the same information, but one builds trust. Third, make sure you're managing silence. Trauma-affected people, sometimes they go quiet. They're processing, they feel scared. The instinct is to fill that silence, but you gotta resist it. Give them the space to find their words. Okay, fourth, have a follow-up system that feels human, not automated. A personal follow-up, a check-in that acknowledges the weight of their situation, not a marketing email. This is where a CRM used correctly can be a genuinely powerful tool, if it's set up to support connection rather than just automate sequences. Here's where I want to be direct because it matters for how you run your firm. The way you handle trauma-affected clients in intake is not just a values question. It's a conversion rate question. It is a revenue question. If your firm currently signs 60% of qualified clients who reach out and you improve your intake process to sign 75%, that's a massive difference in revenue without spending a single additional dollar on marketing. Look, the leads are already there. The conversions are what's broken. And it works the other way too. The firms that handle this well generate word of mouth from clients who felt respected and heard. Criminal defense clients talk to people. Their family members talk to people. The experience your firm creates in that first conversation has a compounding effect on your reputation. Trauma-informed intake isn't a soft concept. It's a competitive advantage. The defense firms that understand it, build systems around it, and train their team to execute it consistently, those are the firms that convert more, retain more, and grow through referrals. The ones who treat intake like a data collection exercise are going to keep losing clients that they should have signed. In an upcoming video, I'm going to walk through a full marketing audit specifically for defense firms, what to look at, what to fix first, and how to prioritize your time and budget. If you want a framework for evaluating your own firm's marketing health, that one is going to be worth your time. Subscribe so you catch it when it drops, and if this video sparks something for you, if you recognize something in your own intake process, drop a comment below. I want to hear what you're working on. All right, that's it. Case closed. I'll see you in the next one.